Hey family, hey family, hey family, hey family. Excuse me, y'all know what time it is. It's Saturday, 2 o'clock. Saturday, 2 o'clock. And I start my team talk show, right? I do the team. I'm the host, Steve Copeland. And I'm sorry for stuttering. I'm kind of rushing y'all. Um, from the team talk show. And basically, I don't want to confuse y'all. Basically, I started um the Teen Talk Show about maybe 3 years ago now, and I had a group that would come on and do the show, host the show. My nephew and a couple of his buddies, they would come on the weekends for me and do the Teen Talk Show. So basically, my goal is with the couch conversation and the Teen Talk Show is to get everything back up and running again. Some things take time, you know what I mean, to get it up, get it in production, and get it done right. So the goal is in this process for a lot of y'all that don't understand, Be More's real Teen Talk Show is a show that I started to give our youth a voice, to give them something. What's up, Kofi? To give them something to be able to talk about. Is so many talk shows out there, platforms that adults are on. And even if you look at some of the talk shows for our youth, I don't see too many talk shows, but I see them performing certain things where some of it is a little overboard, mainly for our young ladies or our young babies. You know, it's a little overboard. And sometimes for me, when I'm looking at our children on here, half dressed, dancing, I got to do like this. Wow. Um, how do you know, because this is, I'm just saying from a father's perspective and from a male's perspective, and I ain't saying no perverted male, I'm just saying a father who taught his daughters to be more covered. You know what I mean? More about themselves and their bodies as far as dressing appropriate. So perverts and all of that. And I don't mean to insult nobody, but if that's where you at, that's where you at. That's not my problem. Okay. But still, it's a little overboard. And sometimes I had to do like this because some of them look a little bit more mature than what they really are. And I'd be like, oh my God, they ain't number babies. And if that's what some of y'all parents got to do to make a little income, you know, hey, but it just doesn't look right. And I'm just saying from an old head, from a father with daughters, from an uncle who raised his nieces as his daughters, because I did, you know, kinship foster care, and it's just a little bit too much. And you don't want to draw, basically what I'm saying, the wrong attention. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, um, we can talk. Anybody want to come up? We can talk. Okay. But the topic is basically about Baltimore's, or not just Baltimore's. It's the Teen Talk Show, and I wanted to call my friend Ray Bly because the other day we was talking about like apprenticeship programs. We was talking about stuff where um you know, having programs for our youth. And what I am going to do, before I get too far, and y'all please be patient with me because I'm just running in to actually do this. So I was kind of cramming stuff in, and I'm running around. Me and my business partner, we talking about the building that the housing program, and it's just ugh. So I'm trying to basically bring it down some so I can be straight and narrow with everything. We can talk, cuz you know that we can talk. Hey Shanice, if we can talk, cuz you know that. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading the message that I was sent earlier. Uh I didn't know my phone was on vibrate, well, silent, and I got a couple of phone calls, and I didn't know that I put it on silent. Uh, so, but to get back to what I was saying, the whole goal of me coming on is to try to keep the Saturday 2 o'clock team talk show running until I can get the proper people in that we can actually, produce it and put topics to it and have everything up and running. I do want my own studio. I do. Because on my Restream, that's my broadcast network. So I'm live streaming to 5 platforms, and I'm doing my TikTok from my iPhone. And my iPad is where I'm doing my live stream. So I'm thinking about getting um, a tablet to actually do like my Instagram and stuff like that, because I was trying to embed everything under one umbrella. Well, the only thing I was sharing it with somebody earlier, cause cousin was saying, I think he basically talked about with TikTok, right? But I want to embed the TikTok into my regular broadcast network, right? But because they so sensitive with stuff, I don't want to turn around every time we talk about certain things that's really deep, and which I'm not going to allow our youth to go but so far. You know what I mean? So I'll look back at it, chef, because it's the stuff is cause stuff is flashing by real fast now. Um uh I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like my mind is, I'm trying to focus, but my mind is like, because I had a great conversation, y'all. I had a great conversation. My partner Marlo and another guy came over, and we was just talking about some of the work that's going on with us and the things that we putting together to really not just with the adults in Baltimore City, but with the youth in Baltimore City. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped. So I'm trying to calm myself down some in the inside, right? One thing I love talking about with Marlo Hargrove, and I don't want to confuse none of y'all. That's why I'm trying to stay focused, right? Um, he has the FACE program, and with Marlo program, he works with returning citizens and felons and stuff like that. And the whole goal with everything we do, y'all, is to help people put their lives back in order, whether it's adults, whether it's children. And when I say children, I'm talking about our youth, or I'm talking about the ones that's spiraling out of control and they need programs to help, mainly after school program, or not just programs, if they need tutoring, if they need the big brother and the big sister programs. See, I don't hear a lot of y'all talking on that sense, mainly when it come to our youth. We're so busy talking about how bad they is, how the parents not teaching them morals, values, and principles. But some of them are. But the thing is, when they get out in the streets, they tend to act accordingly with their friends. And if they dealing with a bunch of friends that's acting irresponsible and stuff like that, or breaking the laws, now our kids, just to be part of, a lot of them will become part of. That's the peer pressure stuff that we we don't try to talk about. Not only that, when you have children, I'm gonna say from ages maybe 10 to I'm gonna go up to 13, 14, and they starting to go through puberty or they starting to go through those little changes, if parents don't have information or some of them are afraid to really sit down and talk with their children about the changes of their bodies, the changes of their hormones, what's starting to happen, stuff like that. They're not teaching our children. They're not educating our children. Then you're going to turn around and get mad, right? Because they have programs in school where they teaching children about their personal parts, teaching our children, a boy to help understand more about his anatomy, the girl to help her better understand about why this is happening monthly, and a lot of parents, I know y'all do what you can, but still, I know when I was coming up, we had those type of classes. But now all of a sudden, y'all got a problem with that. Teachers teaching your children stuff you're afraid to teach them. And then on top of that, check this out, right? And for TikTok purposes, right? I want to say this. Sexual orientation classes. A lot of y'all watch your children from the time they're able to walk around, play, and do what they do. A lot of parents, mainly the mothers, if you're paying a lot of attention to your child, you might see that little boy with those female tendencies, very young, or that girl who might seem a little rough, but you see it from an early age, from infancy. Basically, I don't mean infancy, that's young. But I'm talking about more like 4, 5, 6, when they starting to act out on certain behaviors. You see it at a very early, young age. But then you wonder why later your child if it's a boy, he wants to act more or become a female, right? And I'm trying to watch it for TikTok's sakes. You know what I mean? These are very touchy areas. But I'm going to tell you this, the mother normally spot these things way before the father. Because the father would jump into straight denial. Nah, you my son, you ain't supposed to be this, you a boy, blah, blah, blah. That's understandable, sir. But talk with your son because they're going through certain little changes. So between 10 and 13, now I'm looking at 5 and 6, between 10 and 13. Now understanding they moving into those teenage states. Talk with your children. Do not make them feel bad about whatever they feel inside. I'll give you say whatever choices they make, but I had to realize whatever they're feeling inside. It's not something you put there. So if you have a young man that's beginning to take on the traits and tendency of that female, that's because it's something inside that's starting to, I was getting ready to say the hormones and stuff like that, right? But that's just something inside that's making them feel like this is where they at, even though they might be a boy or might be a girl. And they're struggling with their sexual identity. See, that's where that parent might have to take that child to get some professional help to see if this really the direction that child is going into. Because if it's for that child to, as they get older, to a boy to act more like that female or become part of that, that's something going on inside. That's not something you wake up and say, tomorrow is Sunday, right? Tomorrow's Sunday, I got 2 closets right here, right? I'm gonna come out the closet. See, y'all not have to watch certain words, right? But anyway, just follow me, please. Follow me. Because I'm a parent. And I asked my children, did you like the same sex? Stuff like that. Smacks, because you gotta say smacks on TikTok. Right? I asked them because that's part of a parent talking to your child. See, I didn't have my father in my life to talk to me. I had my mother there, but me and my mother didn't talk to a degree on that level like that. When I first discovered myself, I said, you know what I mean? Smacks you wise. I'm like, I ain't telling nobody. This is my secret. I know what it was. It just felt good. So if you don't talk to your children in this sense, they learning stuff basically on their own or from their friends. And then you get mad or you embarrassed because as a parent, you wasn't taught. So you're not feeding your kids back. And then you wonder why. A lot of them, and I don't want to say confused, but when they get things kind of, I don't want to say miscrewed either, because it's not about being miscrewed. A personal choice. So this is what the couch conversation is about. For the, I'm sorry, I said couch. The Teen Talk Show is to help our children be able to express where they at, how they feel, without being judged by not just their friends, but their parents. And a lot of times, because of their preferences, their friends better understand them than we do. And the only reason why I'm saying that, because my stepdaughter put me on point with that. Her and my little cousin told me when they were 10 years old that they liked the same sex. Smacks. 10 years old. I said, okay, I love you anyway. They like the girls. What was I going to tell them? No, you ain't supposed to do this. You ain't supposed to do that. And I just want to share this with a lot of y'all self-righteous people. Let me put you on point about something. When I sit down and I read, hey, Black, and I read and I study scripture, that's for me. That's God's way of talking with me. Not for me to take that and tell you how God said for you to live. That's for me. If God tell me I shouldn't lay with a man as I would lie with a woman, he's talking to me. You might not see it in that sense because you might like the same. You get me? So I'm not pushing that on nobody because it's for me. A lot of y'all, what tends to happen, right? We want to turn around and we want to push our beliefs on other people. And I did it early on too. I did it early when I became, real religious. I was walking on water, had my wings. I was trying to be perfect. It didn't work. So a lot of y'all, I know y'all are perfect. Y'all don't sin. You don't fall short. You in the world, but you're not of the world, but you wearing clothes and eating the same food and listening to music and all that like everybody else. You're a bunch of lying to yourselves. I had to realize that I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. Go ahead, Black. But look, it's a lot of stuff, y'all, to be honest with you. It's a lot of stuff I used to do. I just don't do no more. It don't feel right. I wasn't the type of guy that ever really cared to go to parties and all that type of stuff. I would pop up, but 9 times out of 10, if I popped up, I would toe up. So I understand, to be honest with y'all, wholeheartedly being in the world, but not participating in a lot of, I'm gonna say the stuff that I used to do, and all that type of stuff, and so I understand, and I do. I just like picking with y'all from time to time because what we tend to do, and I'm going somewhere with this because it goes back to our children, basically from what I'm saying. It'll go back to our children, right? I try not to push my beliefs on my children. Hey, what's up, Black? And that's what I want us as parents to understand. Wait a minute, I gotta turn this up. I gave my life to Christ. And I wanted my children to make that decision on their own. I didn't want to push it on my kids, my nieces and nephews too, as I raised them. And they are as spiritual as they can be because of because of the morals and the values and the principles that we instilled in their lives. So I'm the one, to me, that had the problem with, you know, doing the things that I was doing totally against the way my mother taught me morals, values, and principles. So that's the way that I have to raise my children, is with the morals, values, and principles, the good qualities my mother put inside of me. And my children, and I'm gonna tell you, and I gotta say my nieces and nephews, because I raised my sister children too as mine. They live in a good quality of life. And it was like once I got clean over 32 years ago, it broke that mold with the family, that lifestyle thing. So when I look at the family, Black, um, I love it because they're living good. You know how our ancestors or the elders would sit on the porch and we at the family reunion and they would watch over the children and everything. That's where I'm at. I couldn't believe it that I'm at that age, Black, where I can actually watch like my children, my grandchildren, my nieces and nephews, I'm sorry, and their children. And I'm sitting back like some of the ancestors would sit on the porch in their rocking chairs and they watching our family members at the family reunion or the family gathering. See, I didn't think I would be this age. I didn't think I would live and I'm sharing this with y'all because I see this now. A lot of our parents didn't live long enough. Like my mother, she didn't live long enough to see meet my kids. Sometimes it hurts, but but she didn't live long enough. And I know the type of relationship me and my mother had. I know she would be crazy about my kids. I know that all her grandkids, don't get it wrong. So I'm trying not to now. I'm talking about the youth, right? I'm talking about our teens. I'm talking about as a parent, what we need to do to better help them. These are our children. I don't like what I see going on in Baltimore City. I can only speak for Baltimore City. When I was locked up in 23, and I was looking at our youth going around stealing cars and all that type of stuff. I'm like, we're 10, 11 years old. I'm like, where my goddamn belt? Blah, 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 blah. Old school, That's young. Too freaking young. 10, 11 years old. And you know what hit me? I said, somebody grown got them out there doing that. And the only reason why I was able to say that, because when I was doing what I was doing to destroy the community, I had young people working with me. 10, 11 years old, holding the package and stuff. So if you, not in all occasions now, but if you don't have positive role models in your lives, and I'm talking about our children, a lot of them will go astray. "11 years old, 13 years old, started in a big cup like this too, colorful cup. Started drinking. 13 years old. And I thought it was okay. 14. Around between 14, 15. Intravenous. All through my teenage years. All through my 20s. Even though I worked, I thought I was a responsible, productive type person. but I was doing a lot of destructive stuff too. Why do y'all think my heart goes out so much for our youth? Dr. K, why do y'all think my heart goes out so much for our youth? I was lost. Even though a part of me was responsible because I worked and I did, my mother taught me well, but I was lost. You could not tell me what I was doing was wrong. And I tell people that when you caught up in a certain lifestyle, you cannot, even though it's wrong, it didn't feel like you couldn't tell me it was wrong. I didn't realize it was wrong until God pulled me out at 30 years old. And that was when I looked back and I realized what I was doing was wrong. You know the old statement, and it's a true statement. Once I was blind, but now I see. Once I was lost, but now I'm found. It's true. Once I was blind, but now I see. Once I was lost, but now I'm found. Personal. So you think I'm not going to sit back? And it ain't really me. It was God. God said, I need you more out there. So, and it's not to knock my saints. It's not to knock my warriors. But if you've been called to do certain things, yeah, David Daniels, the Teen Talk Show, if you was called to do certain things in life, because a lot of us know we have a calling on our life. We knew since we was younger. I knew it was something different about me. I just didn't understand what it was. That's why, David, when it comes to our Dr. David, I'm going to call you Dr. David because that's my church member. He likes when I call y'all suckers. He likes when I call people suckers. He know I call Brandon Scott them suckers real quick. But look, he be like, Steve, please say it. I be like, stop, David, them suckers. But anyway, but Brandon Scott and them know I love them. They know Steve Copeland love them. I just want to see them do a better job than what they doing. That's all. But this is what God laid on my heart, my spirit. And I'm sitting in the balcony, David, at the church. And the Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you more out there than in here. And I'm like, I ain't going out there, blah, blah, blah. I'm out there. So that's where the ministry at. Yeah. Thank you, David. He just wrote, God has a plan for all our children. And it's so true. And I'm going to tell you this too, David. And it's not to move away too far, but it's the Teen Talk Show, y'all. The Multi-Purpose Center for Inner City Youth, right? God laid on my spirit 4 multi-purpose centers. Music, art, theater, dancing, all of that. And the reason why I'm saying that, David, is because my goal is to start with some members at our church who I know work with the youth to come into the centers, and help our young babies. That's young ladies, how to be young ladies. They're growing up, teaching them how to respect their bodies and things like that. You get me? So, and even with the young men, we already have programs at the church. Then the blessing is, David, I'm right across the street from Morgan. So if I want to walk over there, which is the goal to talk with some of the college students to come and work with the children. This is what God laid on my spirit, David. He laid it on my spirit. I done talked with people where they waiting so we can get together to bring programs in. I seen the building that John Hopkins owned. It's the perfect spot. But I know that's what I seen. God might have something else. So I'm just saying. Reservoir Hill, they building a building up there. The guy want me to come in with the program. I'm sharing this based around the youth, right? Stephen Copeland Jr., Sports and Talent. That's going to be the name of the multipurpose center for the inner city youth. I have a page. I post stuff on there mainly about the youth. Like when I go across videos of children dancing, performing, singing, business, young business entrepreneurs, I'll post it on there. I only have, it's a private group, but I only have like 70 people. I want more. The reason why I'm saying this, because I want y'all to post. Like you have talented children in your house, teenagers, they doing great jobs, even the ones that's showing their butts. Post them on there so we have something to laugh about and kid about, you know, when children acting up and when children doing the right things, so we can all support and embrace each other. That's what Stephen Copeland Jr. Sports and Talent page is all about. It's mainly giving our youth, our children, the attention that they rightfully need. The reason why I'm sharing this, y'all, and it's about the team talk now. I just want to try to, because I want to try to keep focused, because y'all know if when you listen to me, sometimes I go pew, and then I had to come back. I already know all that about me. Be like, what the heck is he talking about? He done went all the way over there. But you gotta follow me. You have to follow me. So if you're just jumping in and you trying to keep up with me, you're going to miss it. So David hit it. David, about the youth. This is what Sundays is about. Now, y'all might can't see this straight out, but this is B Moore's real. This is my Stephen Copeland Jr. Sports and Talents Facebook page, where I post pictures on here. Like my nieces, Gloria Green posts stuff over here too. So it was mainly for the youth, but then, you know, you have other people that keep your pages alive, right? So Gloria Green posts stuff over here a lot. Then you got me. Then see this young lady right here. She's a track runner. And I'll post it. Y'all might can't see it that well, but I posted on there just for motivation and encouragement, stuff like that, right? Us supporting us. See, I'll post stuff like that over there. On the, because it's for the team talk. I could say, why am I shooting live over here? Gloria Green, and she posted. Gloria supports everybody's stuff. Then I got my grandbaby. See, I got my grandbaby. And so I got the Lindsay family. It's the two twin, all three of them model. All three of the oldest one is 14. She just turned 14. And all three of them model. They on Facebook and all that. So I'll post stuff, see the little young lady with the gymnastics, stuff like that. And I might post them, oops, amazing, things like that, right? Because I don't personally know them, but I'll share their stuff. And what I tend to do to some degrees, y'all, I will, like if the parent around, I'll let the parent know who I am. Steve Copeland from Baltimore City, strengthening the community. I mean, you know, all that stuff. These are young ladies doing gymnastics. And I'll let the parent know who I am, what I'm doing, so they won't think, because it's a lot of them, y'all. It's a lot of crazy, perverted men that chase after our children. So certain people, if I know your parent is somewhere around, right there, because they filming you, I'll let them know who Steve Copeland is. So that way they won't think it's just some ordinary guy coming, you know, following their child. But I'll let them know everything I do, who I am. If you want to look me up, you can look me up, because I'm it's just to encourage and motivate. And it's so much negativity that's going on. We have a tendency, and mainly when I speak for Baltimore City, I'm speaking for a lot of other cities too, inner cities, inner cities. But I can only speak because I'm in Baltimore and tell y'all what I do in Baltimore. Now, Zone 16 is my friend Lazarus page, which I'm a part of his page as well. And whenever I post something from here or from my Facebook page, I support his page too, because he's a positive brother. And he puts up a little bit of anything that's powerful and strength, power and strength. So that's why I love his page. I post a lot on his page. This is Lazarus' page over here, Zone 16. I don't do everybody's stuff, but to me, he made me one of his like, I don't want to say martyrs, but I am one of his like mates on there, where he martyrs, martyr, I believe. Okay. Now, I'm just sharing this with y'all, what I do to give back to the community. And sometimes this mess wears me out. Now, a new Be More City, right? This is one of the pages that I created years ago, probably about 6 years ago, when we was fighting to get the plane up over Baltimore City. The reason why I'm sharing this with y'all, right? Because the goal is a lot of our youth aren't making it to 18. And if you want me to make it plain and simple for you, it's freaking designed that way. It's designed that way. That's why they're allowing a lot of the stuff to happen. To wipe a lot of us out. David, when I got locked up, God took me straight to Genesis, brought me up to Revelations. He showed me how they was enslaving and imprisoning his people. When he sent Moses to Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh, I'm using my own freaking words because this is the way he told me. Go tell them suckers. I said, let my people go. They're not their people. They are mine. I created them. So a lot of y'all might not like the way I come when I say what I say. Guess why? Because I like the way I say what I say. Because I'm serious. I'm just trying to get a point across. But I'm serious. Right? And I don't mean to hurt nobody, but if it hurts you, it's going to hit the ones that's doing what they're doing. The line manipulating no good people. So a lot of y'all are like, I ain't going to listen to him. You know why? Because you know it's real and you're scared. And I don't blame you. I can't blame you. But I'm fighting for our people. My mouth is my biggest weapon. Just like Marlo said before he just left from here. Him and this other guy, they came here to check some stuff out right at the house. He said, know what? He said, I know right now, Steve, when you get off this box, you gone. In it. Because my goal is helping our people. I never been a chump when I was in the streets, y'all. I never been a chump. And because I'm a Christian man today, I'm still not a chump. A lot of the stuff that I was doing back then with the pew-pews and all that, and I don't do that today. This is how I fight. And a lot of y'all think, oh, he crazy, something wrong with him. No, ain't nothing wrong with me. It's you. Because even though, and I'm going to say this because I hear it a lot on TikTok, you want to blame everything on YT. They can't do no more to us than what we're allowed. Any man, let me make that clear. So when y'all sitting up there, the white man this and the white man that, fight for what you want out of life. Because I was standing by myself, and I know you know, Dr. David, because I was standing by myself, that's why I was arrested. Because I was standing up fighting for our civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. Anytime I call you to come out and help me with my clients, and you gonna come against me, you get paid to do a job. Shipley, now I'm saying your name, sucker. Because me and you was talking about leaving, and I'm talking about the officer, leaving a legacy behind for our children. Then when you cut your camera on, you turned into one of Elon Musk's robots on me. And then people be like, oh, don't say that. Don't say that. If I don't open up my mouth, y'all won't really know what happened. Stop being scared. Stop being scared. That's why our children are turning out the way they are, because we say this, but our actions show something totally different. You scared. You can come on TikTok. I listen to a lot of y'all talking and running off at your mouths. And when I come on, I'm like, well, what is you doing to make a difference in your community? Well, see, I'm Aunt Betsy and such and such and such. And see, my cousin and them over there. No, what are you doing? That's why I stopped coming up on a lot of people's platforms. And people ask me too, y'all, can you stop being so direct? Because they know whenever I come up, Steve going to share a solution process, or Steve going to share something real. And then I'll go into sharing with you what we could do to turn it around. But you don't want to hear it. There you go again. He's sitting up there telling the truth. Why he can't lie like the rest of us? Why he can't share his opinion? Why he can't share what he think? Why he can't share what he did, his study on, his research? Why he can't share statistics? Because I can only share with you what I see for myself. And I can tell you, it's a lot more greatness going on than division. Now I'm going to read this again. And this is B. Moore's Real Teen Talk Show. And I'm the host. I love our children, even though some of them aren't mine. But I want the best for them. I want them to learn how to have peace in their lives. My friend Marlo told me, he said, man, you look so at peace. Because I'm trying to be at peace, David, with everything I'm going through. Because guess what? It's learning lessons. It's learning lessons. It's learning lessons. Everything, trials and tribulations. You think I like it? No. But God showed me you walking in the footsteps of some great men. Y'all can go back and read about your history, read about what our ancestors went through. But what are you doing to make a difference today from all of that information you have studied, that you have learned? What the heck is you doing? I'll be 63, February the 20th. I can only go from that time to now. When Martin Luther King was unalive, I was 6 years old. Today, when I tell y'all I'm a human rights advocate, I'm walking in the footsteps of what he was doing, trying to fight for people's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. But y'all want to turn around and come for me like I'm your problem. I'm not your problem. You your problem. You just don't want to see it. But the thing is with me, I'll hold you accountable because of this. Now, I'm going to do this because this is the Teen Talk Show. And I'm getting ready to end my live over here on my on my broadcast network. But I want to share this. These are people in Baltimore City with nonprofits and LLCs that's working with our youth and parents too, but mainly youth programs. And I'm going to do it here so I can end this over there. Van Brooks in Baltimore City. Damon Cooper in Baltimore City. The name of his program is Phenomenal. Van Brooks has a mentoring program. He had this warehouse he turned into a place where he can work with the youth. Mayo, right? He's a mentor. Joe Gamble, ex-football player. Umar, boxing. Manure. Which name was on the phone with him not too long ago talking about redoing this building? Marlo, my business partner. Lisa Cooper. Lisa Moloch. Then we got Cherie Rogers, standing strong. Kim Trueheart. She's up at the Recreation Center near Forest Park, working with the youth. Squeaky, the Ruth Kirk Recreation Center. Steve Copeland Jr., the youth center. Uncle T. Then we got Rock, Mr. Rock. He worked with the youth. He brought some kids up to be on my team talk show. So when y'all see them young people up there, those are the kids before I was arrested that Rock was bringing up on Saturdays. Then we got Sean with his youth program. We, Ours, Us. Janet Graham. Janet Graham worked with returning citizens, and guess what? She goes to the prison to help them come out. Not only adults, she worked with the youth as well. So my thing is, when you run off at your mouth on these talk shows, make sure you have something that you can at least guide your people to. That's what they don't like about me. Because I'll come in and say, well, what about this program? What about that program? And I'm real passionate about what I do. Then we got Michael. He worked with the youth. Then we got Be More Real Team. That's the talk show that I do on Saturdays. I was doing it at 5 o'clock. I was trying to find out what's the best time to do it from our youth so I can reach more of the youth when it's time to come on at 2. Carol White. She worked with our youth as well. Shelly Stevens. He has a mentor and father program. His goal is for males to come together with their children. Roland Hall, lacrosse. DJ Steve, Roland Hall again, that has the girls basketball team. Dr. Andre Humphrey, Pastor Shannon Wright, Dr. Hathaway, Bishop John Carrington, Bishop Jerome Stokes, Giovanni Patterson, Christopher Anderson, Dan Cox, the Innocent Project. These are lists of people that I had to write down that I associate with when it comes to us trying to do the necessary things to help turn Baltimore City around. So when you run off at your mouth and you want to get on these talk shows and talk about things, come with solution, preventive maintenance, what we can do to help turn stuff around. That's why I don't come on a lot of y'all stuff. Because y'all just talk. My schedule, which I had to change, Mondays at 5. I changed it to 4. Wednesdays, 4. Fridays, 4. And then the Be More Team Talk show from 2 to basically 3. But actually, I was saying 2:45 because it was suggested to me not to talk too long. And what really, really disappoint me, y'all can talk about the white man all you want, black people. Y'all disappoint me. You know why? Because we won't come together, and they know it. That's why they do us the way they do us. And a lot of y'all don't. You see it, but you too afraid. You're afraid. And they know it. And you wonder why we get treated the way we do. So why y'all think, look at my face. Look at what I'm saying. So why you think I'm on this home monitor? Shut them down. Shut them down. Get them off the street. Y'all missed it the other day, right? I had Ray. What's up, beautiful Flo? I had Ray, which is a white man, came down the courts. He was trying to get people to come together to do a protest when they locked me up. He was the only person down there standing up for me. I can't get none of y'all melanated people to stand up and fight for your freaking rights. Your rights. So don't get mad with me. I downloaded the book of the constitutional rights because of what this bull junk is going on with Donald Trump and them. You better understand how to fight these laws they coming up with. I'm with ACLU, American Civil Liberty Union. I was a board member of Communities United for 2 years, fighting for our democracy. That's why I ran off at my mouth the way I ran off at my mouth. I didn't get paid. Because I didn't get paid, I can come raw. Because I didn't have their guidelines to follow behind. Y'all missed it. When you working for an organization and you get paid for it, you can't come as raw as I come. And God knows I wanted the money. But I wasn't trying to sell y'all out. And that hurts me. When people look at me like, oh, something about him, oh, he's crazy. Oh, no, he ain't crazy. Barbara Jean did a real good job with Steve Copeland and her kids. I'm just the one that ended up with the bigger mouth. Do y'all know how much courage it takes to do what I do? I'm over here running around right now. I'm like, Steve, you gotta hurry up because you gotta do the team talk show at 2:00. Steve, hurry up. I don't feel like, but hurry up, Steve. You know why I do this? Because I want to bring more attention to us as parents, to pay more attention to our children. If you are afraid of your kids, here go Big Mouth Steve Copeland over here. That's all you gotta do is look up my information. I don't mind coming encouraging when I'm able to move about again. I don't mind talking to them on the phone. Why are you acting like such? Because sometimes you got to approach people like that, mainly if they don't have a father in their life. You got to make them feel loved. One, and trust in you. See, I look back at my life and what was missing in my life. And a lot of us now, we are more mature now. We forgot. We was born, so we went through the, adolescent, teenage, adult, 30s, 40s, 50s, now 63. See, God will take me back. I don't know about y'all because y'all is in here and here and there. God will take me back as far as I can go to help me look at Steve, to help me look at why Steve behaved the way Steve behaved. So anybody come in my life, I'm going to take you back. I don't have no letters behind my name, but I'm damn good at what I do. That's one thing I can tell you about Steve Copeland. I'm damn good at what I do because I was taught how to look at me. See this look on my face? See it? I have no problem looking in the mirror. You're a handsome dude. You're a good looking man. And I'm just not saying that I know it. That's why I put this hat on the way I did and this shirt, and I got on some blue sweatpants too, because I want to look good. Anytime I come on my show, Because I know people looking at me. A lot of y'all hiding behind the scenes. A lot of y'all see me. You're afraid to go, man, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. And I know it. I know it. I'm on my Facebook page. I got 5,000 Facebook friends. And I can scan down and I know just about every last one of y'all. You don't do like. You don't support me. Because a lot of y'all like, he crazy. Yeah, he crazy. Know why? Because I made the decision. It ain't that I made this. I was called. I was called. A lot of y'all be like, his ego, his pride. Yes, it takes for you to have courage and confidence and integrity to stand up on your morals, your values, your principles, and you try not to sway. And I had some women come for me, talking about your ego, your pride in the way. I wouldn't send my son to you. Guess what? I got a son, and he's doing real good with himself. And I got daughters too, and they doing real good. You don't have to. Because if you feel like you need to disrespect Steve Copeland, this man right here, I can imagine what you're doing to yours. And I want to make this real clear. And I'm talking to the women, right? I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to sew. I know how to take care of my family. None of my wives, if they didn't want to work, they didn't have to work. But they worked. But no matter what, their money was their money and my money was their money. So when y'all talk about men, make sure you be specific about the man in your life. Because I don't like to be disrespected by no woman. Because you talk down on Steve, bye. Because if you disrespect me, I can imagine what you do to your husband, your boyfriend, and your children, your man's sons. Please tell me you don't. When you lay Steve out, and I'm going to tell you, use a lie. Not all women. That's why I'm real careful with who I allow in my life now. Because when I hear y'all degrading men, that's an indication don't come too close. When I hear y'all say men this, men that, and blah, 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 that's an indication don't come too close, Steve. Mainly, if you kind of relationship material, I will back up off of you. And I'm going to tell you this, credited to my ex-wife, because she taught me very well what to watch out for. If you never had a good relationship with your dad, don't take it out on your man. If you was in a relationship and it didn't go right and it might have been abusive, I'm just trying to watch my words on TikTok. Don't take it out on all men, but use little signs and indications so that way you won't make the same mistakes with letting that same type of person in your life again. That's where I'm at today. So if me and you dating, 2-3 months went by because I done met the representative and all of a sudden that thing come off your head and you be like, who's you? I'm like, oh my God, I did it again. What's wrong with me? You're gone. You're gone. Because one thing I was determined I wasn't going to do this time, I'm not losing myself in none of y'all. I did it before. And I will not do it again. And if you come in my life, and I'm letting you know now, and I deal with women, and I deal with children, don't be tracking me talking about, you need to stop this, you need to stop that, you need to move on about your goddamn business. Don't come in here and tell me how to run my business. I refuse to allow that to happen again. Well, you spending too much time with God. You're not giving me no time. You ain't going to get it now. And I'm going to get ready to end my live over here on my TikTok. On my live stream. But I'm just letting you know now, women, ladies, play that junk with somebody else. Try it with Steve Copeland. You ain't got nothing coming. That's why my goal is to grow the business, to leave something behind for my children and my grandkids. And if you're gonna be in my life and you're not a God-centered woman, bye. I'm not doing it this time. You can talk that bull junk, but if you don't have, if God haven't guided you to your purpose in life, do not come. Do not come here with that phony fake bull junk with me. Because I'll see straight through it, ladies. I will see through it. And I have no problem when I spot it. Bye. And I'm serious. Because I'm not going to do that to myself again. I did it before, and with a person, I stopped messing with my family, my friends, and all of that. But it was okay to deal with their family and friends and all that. You will never shut me down again like that. I love my family just like you love your family. My mother taught me very well. So if you feel like I need to show more attention to you and the world is just revolved around us, which is true to a degree, but guess what? You got your life to live it. I have my life to live, let me live it. The two shall come together as one. Did you see me say God? Because he should already be there. It's the two individuals, that man, that woman, that character, that personality. Thank you, Bishop Jerome, because I didn't understand that at first. You go out there, enjoy yourself, live your life, and I go out and enjoy myself. And then when we come together, we should be able to talk about the fun we had and the things we did, rather than somebody saying, well, did anybody try to get fresh with you? Was any guy in your face? Now, I'm telling you like this, woman, you hear what I'm saying, walk away from him. Because if he can't trust you, that's the whole point. And it ain't you. It's me. I was the one that always stepped outside my marriages. Whether they did or not, it didn't matter. Let me end this over here. Because this is the Teen Talk Show and I'm going too far over here. Love y'all and I'm out. Wait a minute, I'm trying to end this. Go! It won't end.
Yeah. How you coming? Go, how you feeling? Mwah. Sister, appreciate you, sister. Hey, what's good? Stephen.
What's up, bro?
All right, for sure. We gonna play.
No, I don't do the game thing. So you might have to drop me. I'm not on the game. I don't know how I popped up.
Damn, you don't be doing them at all, brother?
No, I'm not, man. I'm old school. I'm not.
Yeah, we gotta teach.
Nephew.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute. I might learn one day. Wait a minute. I'm trying to end my live stream.
Oh, you ain't trying to learn today. We trying to collaborate with you, huh?
Well, see what you did, and I love it because I did a 2 o'clock Teen Talk show. So by you being young, from what I'm hearing, you know, I do that to give our youth a voice. And where they can talk about like where they at, what's going on in life, and not only that, share solutions. So wait, I'm trying to cut my live stream off.
You trying to battle?
But see, nephew, hey Miss Lady, hey Queen, I thought I put that out. Oh, look, I'ma learn, right? I'ma learn. Because this is a live stream for me, and I stream out, and this is the one I stream on with my broadcast network, which I'm trying to end this goddamn thing. Cause I only try to do an hour or 45 minutes on my Teen Talk show.
Add me, we finna go hard way.
But wait a minute.
He don't battle.
Right. So look, do me a favor.
So I can invite you back.
Right. No, I was getting ready to say that to y'all. On Saturdays at 2, if you're not gaming, come over sometime so we can just talk about life.
All right, for sure. I got you, boss. I just dropped you a follow.
All right, thanks. All right, thanks, y'all. All right. Yeah, y'all might have to drop so that because I'm not on the battle. And thanks. Did I end this yet? Excuse me, y'all. Why you not ending? What is wrong with you? It won't end. It must not be ready to end. End. Wait a minute, y'all. See, I love that. I love that. Now I might have to start trying to play little games and stuff, right? But I thought I blocked that from my live stream. But that's the whole point. Like with me uh being able to go back out and talk with a lot of our inner city people that have programs where I can get the teenagers to come out. That's why I want a studio so that we can do everything in one place, the couch conversation and the Be More's Real Teen Talk Show. Now, I was doing it down in the office space, but I came up to the bedroom now, because it's a little cool down there. So I came upstairs and y'all see I put the couch and all it behind me to make it look like, that's basically what you do. Then I'm in my corner, right, where I had my little table right here, my little stand that I'm recording from, because now, by me being by myself, I just wanted to look a little bit professional, you know what I mean? um, as I go along until we can get everything done right. Now, once I started getting some youth coming out, I'll be off this home monitor March. But once I get some youth coming out, then we'll do it downstairs in the office. But it's a space downstairs too that I can turn into a studio. But actually, I want a studio for the couch and the team talk. I want a round table for the team talk show. I don't know. It's just in my head. So I'm just doing this because this is what God laid on my spirit. And I know it's going to come. I know everything He laid there is going to come. It's just sometimes you run across people who hearts and minds appear to be in the right place. But then you find out, you know, most people do things for what they can financially gain out of it. Now, I'm not saying it's not about business for me too, because yes, it is. It's about business. But I'm not trying to rob, steal, and take from the people that need the help the most. That's the difference with me and a lot of other people. That's why with Marlo Hargrove and some of the other people that I talk to, Squeaky and all of them, a lot of us, like right now, don't get government funding. A lot of our politicians that you see in some of these community events don't really have nothing to do with them programs. They come out just for the accolades, and it makes it look like they helping more than what they really are. See, a lot of y'all might not be aware of that. I'm very aware of certain things. Then you have some that when you talk to them on a personal level, they can tell you or guide you to the proper funding that you need for your nonprofits and stuff like that. So I'm very aware of certain things. It's just getting it done. Come on. Come on. What is you doing here? She won't end. And I got to end this because I don't want to make this real long, because this is not like TikTok, where once I finish with it on TikTok, what it'll do, let me take it down. See, can I close it out and come Yep, it still had me shooting live. And God dang it. Why I can't end you? Come on, stop playing with me. See what happens when you're trying to do stuff by yourself. And let me see if it's still live streaming on to my Twitter account. Yep. Let me go to my Twitch account. See if it's still live streaming over there. Now y'all understand why I said I need a team. I need a team of people to work with me. Yep.